Thank you very much. Sorry, this mic's a little taller than my face, so that's gonna go well. When I was a kid, I loved comic books, and if there had been a TV show like Heroes on the air when I was small, my head would have exploded, because the closest thing I had to anything sci-fi or comic book related was that lady eating a hamster in V. So we've come a long way from a reptile lady with an unhinging jaw. But I am extremely happy to be here today, and without any further ado, in random order, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tim Kring, Jack Coleman, Adrian Pasdar, Zachary Quinto, Milo Ventimiglia, Knepper, Ray Park, and Madeline Zima. Please welcome this season's heroes. Literally had to use his time-shifting abilities to get here. He walked in about 2 seconds before this happened. It was very exciting. There is a lot of love and excitement in this room.
Oh, Adrian.
We will get the pictures rolling down the table. To kick things off, though, let's talk to Tim Kring, who of course created this series. Tim, before we get started, let's just set up Volume 5, Redemption. Tell us a little bit about it, and I think you might have something to show us as well.
Well, actually, before I do that, I want to just sort of take a minute to say, I think it was, can it really be 4 years ago? Is that what it was? 4 years ago? This week, I guess? That we came here with a pilot, that's all we had. The show was just sort of a twinkle in all of our eyes. We didn't really have much to show. And we came down here and we showed it to this crowd in a place sort of about this big, I think. And it was because of the fans here that the show became what it became. And we have never forgotten that. And we want to honor you for being here, for standing in line, for being faithful and loyal fans to us all this time. So we're here today to talk about our next volume of the show called Redemption. That you will start to be able to see on September 21st of this year. And just a very quick setup, you know, last year we did a volume called Fugitives. And in that volume we had the government basically tracking down all of our people because they had powers. And we ended that volume, and the government is no longer hunting down these people. So now, what it means is that every single one of them can go back to their ordinary lives, which is what we're going to do. The problem is, what does an ordinary life look like when you have powers? And how do you fit in? How do you go back to being ordinary? Do you hide? Do you try to assimilate? Do you try to fit in? And that sort of becomes the central question of what we're doing this year. And to sort of typify that kind of an idea, we're creating a new wrinkle in the mythology of the show. This idea that alongside of the show that you've been watching all this time, there was this other group, this kind of family of people who had powers, who had figured out how to live kind of sort of with us and alongside of us, and kind of hide in plain sight. So the idea was we created this idea of a carnival. And you know, if you can breathe fire, then what better way to sort of fit in plain sight than to join a carnival and be able to be the fire eater? So, and they have been hiding for all this time, sort of coming in and out coming in and out of our sort of purview, and now they're ready.
I'm just waving at people that are waving back at me.
Stealing my thunder.
Everybody be quiet and pay attention. This is very, very important.
There are going to be notes afterwards. I mean, test afterwards. So anyway, the carnival will now show itself, and you know what happens when people actually decide that they want to come out and present themselves. Well, that's what sort of the carnival is offering. And rather than me sit up here and pontificate in the way that I'm doing right now, let's go ahead and watch a little bit of amazing this season is going to be. That is really only all from, I guess, about 3.5 episodes that we've done so far. All right out of the editing room. We got a few more left.
We will save the questions for the Q&A because right now, actually, we're going to start with Mr. Jack Coleman. And we're going to move right down the row for everybody. Set up where your character is at the beginning of Volume 5, and if you're a new character, tell us a little bit about who you're playing.
Well, at the start of this new volume, I am I'm in a place where I think that we're setting up this new company, but it turns out that my marriage is falling apart, the world is falling apart around me. So there's sort of a newfound, I think, empathy for what it is that the people with abilities have been going through. There's less interest in bagging and tagging, and trying to find, I'm a bit of an island, and trying to find some solid ground. Of course, the more you want normalcy, the less likely you are to find it. And so that's kind of it. And I want to want my family, want to be together, but I just don't think that's in the cards to start.
Excellent. Move on down the line, Masaoka.
Hello. Hi. Let's see. Well, Hero starts off kind of where we left off in Volume 4 with the whole nosebleed situation, that he's going through an illness, and possibly a terminal illness, and he gets that kind of bad news and realizes what his true destiny in life is, and he starts off the episode, kind of this volume starting at Yamagata. He goes back in Yamagata and starts a new business with his best friend Ando, and it kind of goes awry.
I was trying to give Zach a chocolate, and then Adrian didn't want it to happen.
So, it's about Hero's journey in terms of what he does and what he thinks is the last few days, or possibly weeks, or months, or hours. We don't know.
Believe it or not, it's fun.
Yes, it is.